Everyone. Welcome to Sunday's pre-service meditation. I'm Monica Zickis, one of your licensed practitioners here at CLF. And let's just start by closing our eyes. And let's imagine that our breath is coming from our heart, as if we're breathing from our heart. And if you could, just slow your breathing down a little bit slower than normal. And as we do this, we're telling our body in general and our heart specifically that we're in our safe place and it's okay to turn our attention inward. And while breathing from our heart, let's picture the feelings of love and appreciation for someone or something in our lives. And an easy way to do this is just imagine a beautiful place you've been, or to picture a really close friend or a close loved one. And then embrace these feelings of love and appreciation in your heart. And now let's rest in the silence. Let's begin to bring our attention back to the here and now, here and now, resuming our normal breathing, and maybe doing something physical like stretching a body part or yawning, and just slowly allowing yourself to come back and open your eyes whenever you're ready. And I'd like to thank you for joining today's meditation, and service begins in a few minutes at 10 a.m.
Good morning, and welcome to the Creative Living Fellowship online Sunday service. Please join us in our opening song, Use Me.
Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. I used to think God was the sun, God is the sun, but God's so much more than the earth or the stars or all of creation. God is creator, all in all, needing us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. All that I'm saying is, command my hands. What must they do? Command my life. It's here for you. God is the love that heals all creation. God is creator, makes all things new, and God needs us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. And God needs us to shine its light. God needs us to shine its light. God needs us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody, and Happy New Year. Welcome to 2022, and welcome to Creative Living Fellowship. I'm the Reverend Dr. Sherry F. McCreary. It is my pleasure and honor to be the senior minister here and to welcome you here today. Oh, let's take a deep breath together. This is a brand new year and a brand new opportunity to start anew. a brand new opportunity to set our intentions, not resolutions, but our intentions for moving forward in our lives and living our best lives. And so I'm so happy that you joined us here this morning. And we are a religious science church, an independent religious science church, and we welcome all paths that lead to truth. Our deepest intention here, as always, is to be a community of love, of care, of connection that opens hearts, expands consciousness, and transforms lives. And we do that through the principles and practices of the science of mind. We have two practitioners who are holding high watch for us today. They are Jeannie Sovereigns and Rhonda Emmerich. And what that means is that they're sitting in meditation and prayerful contemplation, just holding a space for the perfect unfolding of our time together here today. And so I thank you, Jeannie and Rhonda, for your service here today. I also thank practitioner Monica Zickas for the beautiful meditation service before the service this morning, pre-service meditation this morning. Thank you so much, Monica, for your service also. And while I'm giving thanks, I'd like to thank Reverend Karen Russo, who served as our guest speaker last week, awesome guest speaker last week when I had the opportunity to take Sunday off. So thank you, Reverend Karen, very much. Let me just give a shout out to our Sunday service team. I always love to do that because we could not do this without them. And they are led by Director Nicole Jordan, and she and Deb Covington serve as our AV team. And serving as our tech team today, tech support, is Reverend Mary Jane Hyde. So thank you all so much for your service. You served us all last year and ever since we've been doing this. And wow, what an awesome job you do. And we are so happy that you're here with us today and moving forward into this new year. And we have with us special friends, our favorite friends. Love Eternal will be back with us as our musical inspiration today. So I'm excited about that, having them start the new year off with us. So we're going to have Nicole bring us the announcements. And following the announcements, there will be a brief gong wash. And after the gong wash, there'll be a few moments of silence. And then practitioner Fran Peck will bring us our reading and our evocation. And I'm just going to invite you to just create a space to allow the reading to find a resting place within your heart and within your beingness this morning, and just be with it as Fran does this reading for us later on. But right now, Nicole's going to bring us the announcements. Here's Nicole.
Thank you, Reverend Cherry. Happy New Year, everybody. It's my pleasure to be here with you in 2022 to bring you your announcements. Meditation is a great mindfulness practice that helps us to get comfortable with silence. And as we master that still, silent space, we open ourselves up to God. So join us for midday meditation to start or support your meditation practice. Midday meditation is at noon, Monday through Friday. And if a New Year resolution for you is to meditate more, let us help you. We also have a 20-minute pre-service meditation on Sundays at 9:35 a.m. Join us for any of these meditations through our Facebook and YouTube live streams or in Zoom. Speaking of spiritual practices, join Reverend Jorge every Monday evening and dive deep into the heart of practicing science of mind principles. Say yes to this weekly invitation to apply Sunday messages and lessons to your day-to-day life. Using the practices of contemplation, prayer, and introspection, open up to see beyond your boundaries and self-interest, and then transform your consciousness. You can participate in Monday practice with Reverend Jorge through our Facebook and YouTube live streams at 6:30 p.m. Stay connected and supported with your CLF family and join Reverend Cherry every Tuesday as she hosts a Community Care Connection Zoom meeting at 6:30 p.m. This week, Reverend Cherry will be leading us in life's purpose visioning. This is a powerful process that reveals more the more you do it. And what a way to start out the year. Visioning is a spiritual practice that aligns you to possibilities for your life. Join us this Tuesday and open up, surrender, and catch God's vision for your life. We look forward to seeing you then. This Friday, January 7th at 6:30 p.m., Quantum Chair Yoga guided by Reverend Christopher is happening with Reverend Christopher. Ugh. Quantum Chair Yoga is a lively, soothing, interactive practice of memory-enhancing activities. It includes movement with breath, posture, and even fun to speak syllables in song. I probably need to be singing this announcement. It produces new neural networks and leaves you feeling at peace. There's no experience needed, and you're in good hands with Reverend Christopher. This Saturday, January 8th, from 11 to 1:30, say hello to 2022 with CLF's annual Vision Board Workshop with Reverend Mary J. Hyde. This workshop is in Zoom, and you will need to provide your own materials. So gather together some poster board, magazines, glue, and sharpen those scissors. Or you can do it all online using an app and photos on the web. Reverend Mary Jane can show you how. The Ernest Holmes Book Study starts back up on Saturday, January 15th. This group will be reading basic ideas of science of mind and meeting weekly on Saturdays to discuss, grow, and connect with your CLF family. The Ernest Holmes Book Study is a drop-in group, so get your copy of Basic Ideas and read through parts 3, their first 3 chapters, and then join us on Saturday, January 15th from 10 a.m. to noon. Remember, you can use your smartphone to text to give and make your contributions to CLF. Simply text the amount you'd like to give to 602-610-1868. And if it's your first time donating by text, you'll be sent a link to set up your account. And then again, after that, it's as easy as texting the amount you'd like to tithe to 602-610-1868. Our Sunday prayer room is available to you after service today. Get your prayer power up with a practitioner by heading on over to Zoom after service. Prayer room participants are transferred into a breakout room for a private session with one of our licensed practitioners. And after service, we have Sunday fellowship too. Join us in Zoom and hang out, discuss the service, what's on your mind or heart, and connect with your CLF family. If you are in Zoom with us right now, all you need to do is stay here. If you're not in Zoom with us now, then just join us after service using the links that can be found in the comments, or you can find the links for all of our activities on our website under events, under our Facebook events, or in your weekly newsletter. That is it for today's announcements. It is now time to move on to our gong wash, followed by a moment of silence.
Good morning. Our reading this morning is The Call of Passion from Callings, Finding and Following an Authentic Life by Greg LeBoy. Passion is a state of love and hunger. It is also a state of enthusiasm, which means to be possessed by a god or goddess, by a wild thing. Passion is power. On the color spectrum, from faint interest to rabid obsession, it is the red end of the continuum. Passion is accompanied by the sound of primal yahoos, castanets in the heart, the beating of wings. It is the natural exudation of love, any kind of love, and spills from us like heat from a fire. Passion is the smelling salts of the soul. Passion's message is the same one that love brings. Follow. Passion is what we are most deeply curious about, most hungry for, will most hate to lose in life. It is the most desperate wish we need to yell down the well of our lives. It is whatever we pursue merely for its own sake, what we study when there are no tests to take, what we create though no one may ever see it. It makes us forget that the sun rose and set, that we have bodily functions and personal relations that could use a little tending. It is what we do if we weren't worried about consequences, about money, about making anybody happy but ourselves. It is whatever we could be tempted to sell our souls for in order to have 100 extra years just to devote to it. It is whatever fills us with that feeling that I'm doing the thing I was born to do. It is what matters most, whether we are doing it or not. So now let's take these words into prayer. It's breathing into that awareness that there is one life, one power, one presence, God, the source of our being. The givingness of life to itself. And I am this life. This source is the source of my being. It lives, moves, and has its being in, through, and expresses uniquely and passionately as me. And as I know this truth for me, I know this truth for each of us. That power, that presence, that divine life is the life of each of us. It is the life of us all. So I speak my word of blessing for this service. I speak my word of blessing for Reverend Dr. Sherry and her message, knowing that it is divinely inspired, divinely guided. I bless each and every person involved in this service, knowing that they are a blessing to this community. I speak my word of blessing for this new year, knowing that this year unfolds perfectly, divinely, sacredly. I speak special words of blessing for our government officials, and I speak special words of blessing and comfort for those affected by the wildfires in Colorado, knowing that the power and the presence of God is right where they are, wrapping them, keeping them, comforting them. So in profound gratitude for this word spoken, I say thank you, life. Thank you, God. And I simply release my word and allow it to be in faith, in trust, and in truth. And so it is. And now, please join me in welcoming our musical inspiration, Love Eternal.
Good morning.
Happy holiday.
I'm gonna do a song for you called Blessings here. You've got your story and I've got mine. Yeah, somehow we turned out just fine. For all things heal in time. There are only blessings here. There are only blessings here. I'm not saying it don't get hard. We've all felt our lives come and fall apart. But we've got this moment, that's a great place to start. There are only blessings here. 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 And the love of my mother is real. And the love of my father is real. And the love of my mother is real. And the love of my father is real. And the love of my mother is real. And the love of my father is real. There are only blessings here. There are only blessings here. There are only blessings here. There are only blessings.
Thank you so much, Jared and Shauna. Namaste of Love Eternal. Favorite friends from long time ago, and we're so thrilled to have them with us again today, to start this new year off with us today. So let's just take a deep breath. You know, usually I say as we go from month to month, can you believe another month has passed? And as I was looking back over this weekend, looking back over the year, it seems like this was a long year that just passed. It seemed like while we were in it, it was zipping right by. And then looking back on it, it just seemed like, wow, that was 2021 was a long year. And whatever, here we are in 2022, and we're moving into this new time, this new theme this year is, our new theme for the year is living on purpose, living on purpose. And we'll be talking more about that as we go along, living on purpose. And that's what our not only our theme for the year, that's our intention this year is to live on purpose, keeping in mind that our purpose for being here, our sole purpose for being here is to be carriers or vehicles for God's love, for the expression of God's love, to be places and spaces through which God's love can be revealed. And so keeping that in mind, then as we go through our daily lives, as we go through this year, we are constantly assessing and reassessing and evaluating whether we are living on purpose. And the great thing is that we can always get back on track. We can always get back on track. So if you find that you're not living on purpose, it's like just like driving down the highway. If you swerve over a little bit too close to the middle line or over too close to the shoulder, you can just get back on track just by paying attention and just keeping straight on down that highway. And that's what we're doing now. We're just keeping straight down this highway of life, this wonderful thing called life. And we do that by just continuing to focus on that which is real, continuing to focus on that which is real. And that which is real is that power and that presence that is always right where we are, that is the source of our being. And living on purpose is to be that place and space through which that source can reveal itself. And so that's what we're going to be doing this year. The theme for this month is the call of passion, the call of passion. The call of passion. Passion and purpose are so closely aligned. The purpose is the why. The passion is the what. The passion is the what. Passion being a strong emotion, a powerful emotion, or unbounded enthusiasm, adoring love. Passion is the what of getting to live our purpose, to staying on purpose by following our passion. And the call of passion is always follow me. That's what passion is always saying to us. Follow me, follow me, follow me. And so passion doesn't depend on our talent. Following our passion doesn't depend on our talent. It doesn't depend on our skill. It doesn't depend on our ability to do any particular thing. It just depends on us being willing to follow that which is calling to us, following that soul urge. That's what passion is, a soul urge. Following that which is calling to us. And when you are wondering what your passion is, what is it that you would do for free? What is it that you love so much doing? You want to do it all the time. It drives you. It's that which lights our fire. What lights your fire? What turns you on? What's calling to you? What is it that you would really regret not doing if you left this planet today? You would really regret not having done this in your life. What is it that you feel like you have to do? And so that leads me to the topic for today. What do you have to do? And the emphasis is on the word have. What do you have to do? What do you have to do? What is that you have to do? You know, oftentimes when people hear the word passion, the first thing they think of is sexual relationships. And there's that too. That's passion there also. But there's a deeper passion. That what is it that we have to do? What is it that our souls call for us to do? What is it that as I said, we would regret if we couldn't do it? What is it that you would do if you were not concerned about money, or if you were not concerned about consequences, or if you were not concerned about what other people think, or if you were not concerned about the myriad of things that we get concerned about, the ridicule or criticism from other people? What would you do? What would you do if you knew it was going to take you 5 years, 10 years, 15 years to do it, and you still want to do it? It doesn't matter. What would you do if it was something that you really had the urge to do and you felt like you didn't have the skills for, you didn't have the talent or whatever, but you still want to try it anyway? What would that thing be? Then that's your passion. That's your passion. And that passion is calling to you, to each of us, to follow me. Follow me. That's a simple command of passion. Follow me. Follow me. So I'm inviting you to really be open as we go along throughout this month, just looking at passion and the passions. And there can be more than one that calls to us. There could be more than one, because passions, going along with passions are needs. Passions have needs that go along with them. The needs are generally spiritual qualities. A passion for helping others can have the need of compassion, that compassion that needs to express, because there's always an impulse that is seeking expression. And our passion, behind our passion, is that impulse that's seeking to express. And so as we go along through our lives and following our passions, then the need is going along right along with it. And when those needs are not fulfilled, then they become some kind of symptom, or a symptom of one sort or another. When those needs are not fulfilled, when we don't follow those passions and those needs don't get fulfilled, then they become some type of symptom or other, because we did not follow that soul call, that urge. You know, as I was thinking about this topic of passion, this theme of passion, last night I thought so strongly of my best friend, Dave, who passed away my first summer here at CLF in 2018. And he had a passion for service. He had a passion for helping others. He had a passion for painting. Those were his passions, painting and helping others. And I met him when I first went to California and started serving at a church there in California. He was a member of that church, and he was on every team. He was on the ushers and greeters, and he was on the all the other teams they had, and he did all the repair work for the church that he could do. He did the plumbing, and he did the painting, and anything that needed to be repaired. By trade, he was a technical person. He did computer. He was a computer geek, and he loved doing that. And he was also a painter. He loved painting. He was a brilliant man. He was a wonderful man. He was loved by all. And I never heard him say a bad word about anybody. He just always wanted to be there. He was always there. He was always, when the doors of the church opened, he was there to serve, to help, to however he could. And so one thing that he really had a passion for was, he would say that his goal in life was to end world hunger. And that's the one thing that he wanted to do. And he got he was very passionate about that. He would get very emotional about it when he talked about it. And the thing about that is that there were people who snickered behind his back when he talked about it, because the audacity of saying that you want to end world hunger. How do you think you can do that? But he was not deterred by that. He was not deterred. He didn't mind telling people, I want to end world hunger. That's my goal in life, is to end world hunger. And he did everything he could to help people. And then he decided that what he wanted to really do is to start a food pantry at the church where we were. And so he started going out to Second Harvest food bank and picking up food and bringing it back. Initially, he was sort of working on his own, just bringing little things, the things that he could. Sometimes he needed a pickup truck, so sometimes he would take things around to people's houses or helping out in that way. And then he started putting out the tables in the parking lot at the church one day a week, and people would start coming by. And it was very slow at first. It was very slow at first, but he wasn't deterred by that. And as he continued to do that, then more and more people started to volunteer to help him. And it became a big thing. The food pantry that he started at this church became a big thing because people would come. He had many people helping him. There was a team of people who worked with him to set this food pantry up and to feed so many people who started to come. And he still said, I want to end world hunger. I want to end world hunger. And then that was his way of contributing to that. And, so often we get caught up in whether or not we can really accomplish it, whether or not what we are doing is making a difference, whether or not what we are doing is really a drop in the bucket. But you know how many drops it takes to fill up a bucket? And if everybody held back because they're feeling like I'm just a drop in the bucket, or this isn't a drop in the bucket, as the saying goes, then nothing would get done. But he had the audacity to follow his passion. And as a result of that, so many people were fed, so many people were given the opportunity to serve who came out to help him. There was there was a ripple effect of things that helped, that he did as a result of what he did, rather, that was just awesome. But he was still real clear about what it is he wanted to do, what his soul call was, what his passion was, to end world hunger, to help. And the need that was being fulfilled was compassion. The need that was being fulfilled, that which was seeking to express itself, was compassion. And Matthew Fox says that if we are cut off from our passion, then where is our compassion going to come from? If we're cut off from our passion, where's our compassion going to come from? So if Dave had been cut off from his passion, in that sense, his compassion would not have had a place to express, because he would not have been doing what he was being called to do. And so I'm asking you, what is it that you're being called to do today? What is it that you're being called to do? What is it that you have been called to do? What is it that you love doing? What is it that you would do regardless, as I said, regardless of whatever consequences? What is it that you would do for free? What is it that you would do regardless of what people say? What is it that you would do if people criticized you or laughed at you, whatever, because you thought that you could do whatever this big thing is? What is it that you would do? What is it that speaks to your heart? What is it that's calling you forth? And so I'm inviting you to really be willing to open up and allow your passion to reveal itself to you. If you don't know what it is, the first thing to do is to open up and allow it to reveal itself to you. Allow yourself to discover what it is that really speaks to your heart, what it is that really floats your boat, what is it that really just makes your heart sing. What is it? What is it? Open up and just allow that passion to reveal itself to you, to reveal itself through you. And then be willing to go for it. Be willing to go for it. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you don't know how to do it. Doesn't matter if you've never done it before. Doesn't matter if you're not even good at it. None of that matters. The call of passion, as I said, is to follow. The call of passion is to follow. And when we are following our passion, that's how we live on purpose. That's how we get to be that place and space through which God's love can be revealed, through which God's love can be expressed, which is our purpose for being here. That's why I said purpose, that the purpose is the why we're here, and the passion is the what we're doing to express that love, to allow that love to express through us. And so being willing to just open up and just allow that passion to find us, to reveal itself to us, and to reveal itself through us, so that that need that is seeking expression can be expressed through us. And that need is expressed through us according to our own uniqueness, according to what we bring to the table. And so we don't have to compare ourselves to others. We don't have to worry about what others think. We don't have to worry about any of that. As I said, when I think about my friend Dave, I think about how he didn't care what people said. He didn't care if they snickered. He didn't care if they thought it was audacious for him to decide he was going to end world hunger. He still did those things that he loved. He did those things that he loved, and he brought so much good into the world. He brought so much good into the world. He so much love into the world. There was so much love that was seeking to express through him. That love was expressed through him in addition to that compassion. So I'm inviting you again to open up and just allow your passion to find you. What is it that you have to do? What is it that you have to do? Think about it. What is that you have to do? It doesn't matter whether you're good at it. And once that passion finds you, then the second thing is to be willing to do it poorly. Be willing to do it poorly. If you're not really great at it, be willing to do it poorly. But the thing is to be willing to do it, period. To be willing to do it. Don't have an all or nothing attitude. Well, I don't know how to do this, so I can't do that. Or I don't have enough money, or I've gotten too old, or whatever the excuses are that we use. Those are all or nothing attitudes, because I don't have any training in this. I don't have any talent for this. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough, whatever the case may be, whatever excuses we use. Those are all or nothing attitudes, because what we have to do is start where we are. Start where we are. Start with what you have. Dave was willing to start where he was to end world hunger. And that was to take his little red pickup truck and go out to Second Harvest every Thursday and pick up as much food as he could get into the bed of that truck and bring it back and distribute it to people. That was him starting where he was, starting with what he had, starting with the talent that he had, starting with the open-heartedness that he had, starting with that guidance and that direction that he was following. And then as he did that, he began to attract more unto him, because his consciousness of love, his consciousness of service, his consciousness of compassion was what attracted others in, and to assist, to help, to serve. And so as a result, so many people were served. And so that's what I'm saying to each one of us. What is it that you're willing to do, and to do poorly, to do in a small way, or to do it great? But being willing, sometimes we're so concerned about not doing it really fantastically, not being really great at it, not being really the best there ever was at it. Sometimes we're so caught up in that all or nothing. If I'm not the best, then I'm not going to do it. If I can't do it better than anybody else has ever done it, then, or if I can't do it in a big, big way, then I'm not going to do it. That's an all or nothing attitude. Being willing to let that all or nothing attitude go, and being willing to start right where you are and do what you can, and allow your passion to pull you forth. Passion is like vision. It's saying, follow me, allowing that passion to pull us forward, so that need that's seeking to express that quality that's seeking to express in and through and as each one of us it has a space to express. And that's how we get to live on purpose. That's how we get to live on purpose. And that's what I'm inviting you to do, just learning to live on purpose. And then the third thing I want you to do is to really let your mantra be permission granted. Permission granted. Permission granted. That's your mantra for yourself throughout each day, throughout this year, throughout your life. Permission granted. Granting permission to yourself to start anew. Granting permission to yourself to, as I said, do it poorly. Granting permission to yourself to change your mind. Granting yourself permission to make new choices. Granting yourself permission to change. Granting yourself permission to try something different. Granting yourself permission to step out on faith and trust. Granting yourself permission to start anew each and every day, not just this day, the beginning of the year, or yesterday, which was the first of the year, but not just now at the beginning of the year, but each and every moment of each and every day. Grant yourself permission to start anew. Doesn't matter how poorly you did it before. It doesn't matter how the fact that you didn't complete it before. None of that matters. What happened in the past. The only thing that matters is this eternal moment of now, because this is the only time we have. And so give yourself permission to start right here and right now, to make a difference, to follow your passion, to obey that thirst, to respect that hunger, because that's what passion is. It's a hunger. So respect that hunger. It's a thirst. Obey that thirst. Follow that call. Follow that call. Whatever it is that sets your heart afire, follow that. Say yes to it. Because what we're really doing is saying yes to God. We're really saying yes to Spirit. We're saying yes to Spirit. And it takes a lot of trust and a lot of audacity to say yes when we don't know where it's going to lead us. Trust me, I know that one. It takes a lot to say yes when we don't know where it's going to lead us. But you know what? When we're following the call of the soul, when we're following the call of Spirit, when we're following the call of God, when we're following that passion, it can only lead to good and more good and more good, because it leads us to God. It leads us into our place of oneness. It leads us into that place, the source of our being, because our passion comes from the source of our being. Our passion comes from the source of our being. And so when we're cut off from our passion, it's like fruit cut off from a vine. It's like fruit cut off from a vine. There's no place for the growth to come from. There's no place for the life to come from, because our passion comes from our life force. And so following, having the nerve, having the audacity, having the trust, having the faith to follow that passion that is calling us, that is pulling us. It's like, as I said, like following that vision that is always pulling us, and allowing it to pull us forth. Making sure that the more we are following that passion, it becomes more and more it becomes more and more important to really engage in our spiritual practice, to really do those things that bring us closer and closer and closer to the Spirit within us, that brings us closer to that one power and that one presence that is our very life. When we're following our passion, that's what we're doing. We're walking in oneness with the divine. We're being guided, we're being directed every step of the way, and we're trusting that we're being guided every step of the way. And we're daring to follow. We're daring to follow that guidance that we're getting. We're daring to say yes to God. We're daring to say yes to life. We're daring to say yes to living our best lives. We're daring to say yes to freedom. Freedom from fear, freedom from doubt, freedom from anxiety, freedom from smallness, freedom from those things that would hold us back, freedom for those things that have been holding us back. We're daring to be free. We're daring to be free. We're daring to live on purpose. We're daring to live on purpose. We're daring to take a breath. We're daring to take a breath and be open to allowing the allness and the fullness of God to be fully expressed in and through and as our very lives. That's how we live on purpose. That's how we get to be the vehicles for God's love, for the expression of God's love, by opening up, by saying yes, by following our passion, by obeying that thirst, by respecting that hunger, by saying yes, 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 and following that passion. And that's what I'm inviting you to do. Follow your passion. Give yourself permission to follow your passion. Give yourself permission to answer the soul's call. Give yourself permission to be all that you were created to be, and allowing that full expression of spirit to come through as your very life. So let's just turn within in this moment and just take a deep breath together as we just come into this place of knowing and sensing and feeling the presence of God. Knowing and sensing and feeling our oneness with this presence, knowing that this oneness is with the all that is, with the only power, with the only presence, with the only life, with the only breath, God. And knowing that we are one with that. I know that this one is my very life. I know that this one is a life of each of us here this day. It is a source of our being. It is that from which we can never be separate, from which we can never depart, from whose care we can never depart. Oh, how awesome it is to know this truth, that this presence, this power is always right where we are in each and every moment of each and every day. And it's from this place of awareness that I speak the word for each of us this day, speaking a word of openness and wholeness as we open ourselves to allow ourselves to be that place and space through which God expresses fully and completely. And as God is expressing in and through in each and as each one of us, healing is happening in every aspect of our lives. I'm speaking a word of healing for each of us this day. Healing in the body temples, healing of every organ, cell, tissue, function, system of our bodies, because that radiant healing presence of God is right in the midst of everything that's going on in each body temple. Each body temple, and wholeness, healing is revealing itself. Just speaking a word of love for each person, just love, releasing and letting go of anger and pain and judgment and blame and all those things that would keep us feeling separate from love. I'm speaking a word of love, the healing power of love in each life, the healing power of love that happens through forgiveness, the healing power of love that happens to releasing and letting go and opening our hearts. Speaking a word of love for each and every person this day, knowing that that healing power of love is right where each person is right now. Speaking a word of comfort for each person who has lost a loved one in this past year, or even now. Just speaking a word of peace and peace of mind as they go through this process of grieving, knowing that that great comforter is right where they are, where each person is. God, the great comforter, is healing the broken heart, filling the spaces where there have been losses, just knowing that that healing power of love, that healing power of God is right in the midst of every situation, every circumstance, every situation, every circumstance. God is in the midst of it all. Knowing that God is showing up as whatever needs we have. God is showing up as the need being met. In each and every moment, no matter what we call it, no matter what we name it, God is the answer. And God is showing up as that thing that we need, the thing itself. And so as I open the circle of prayer, I pause momentarily so that you may speak the names of anyone you'd like held in prayer. You may speak their names silently or loud. And you may speak their names now. And so for all those whose names were spoken here this day, I know that God is in the midst. God is right where each person is, blessing and keeping them, surrounding them with love, with light, with peace of mind, with harmony, with balance. I know indeed that this word goes out to anyone on this planet needing a prayer this day, knowing that God is everywhere present, Despite any appearances, God is everywhere present, and healing and wholeness are beginning to reveal themselves everywhere. This word goes out to our government officials, just knowing that they are guided and directed from on high to make decisions and take actions and make choices that are for the highest good of all concerned, of all, that are for the highest and best for all. I'm speaking a word of unity this day, of unity throughout this world, of coming together and recognizing that power and that presence of God in the midst of everything. In the midst of everything, speaking a word of peace this day. Peace and harmony and balance and love and healing in relationships. Coming together in unity, coming together in oneness. Coming together in oneness. Knowing that that one power and that one presence is in the midst of everything. And so I simply say thank you, Father, Mother God, as I speak this word of gratitude for the blessings, and for more blessings, abundant blessings. Thank you, Father, Mother God. I know indeed that all is well. I know indeed that all is God. I know indeed that it is done. I simply say thank you. And I simply allow it to be. And so it is.
Thank you, Reverend Sherry. Thank you for those words of calling us to our passion. This is the time we participate in the divine law of giving and receiving by giving of our tithes and offerings. CLF is a tithing church, and we invite you to join us in this sacred practice by tithing here at CLF. Click the donate link on our website or in the comments in Zoom or on Facebook. You can also use your smartphone to text to give. However method you choose, we appreciate your continued financial support at CLF. Let us now repeat our offering blessing. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I circulate. Thank you, God, and so it is. And now let's welcome back Love Eternal with our offering song.
Hello again.
Hello, hello. Thanks for having us, friends.
For those of you who don't know, I'm Jared, and this is my wife Shauna, and we go by Love Eternal. And you can find us online at loveeternal.org. And hope to see you again soon. This song is called Evolution Song. Just like the farmer plants his seeds, then waits for the fruit so patiently. We are on our way, we are on our way. We are on our way, we are on our way. Just like the song that's never been sung, or a great act of kindness that's yet to be done. We are on our way, we are on our way. We are on our way, we are on our way. Call it evolution.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much, Love Eternal. Love you guys so, so much. It's good to have you here and look forward to seeing you real, real soon. Let's just take a breath together. I just have a couple of closing announcements. Don't forget that fellowship is happening immediately after service today. If you're already in the Zoom room, just stay put because that's where fellowship happens. The Zoom prayer room is open immediately after service today. Practitioners will be waiting there to pray with you. Immediately after the service, come into the Zoom prayer room. You'll be met with a practitioner in a private breakout room so that you can have your prayers, your prayer request answered right then and there. If you'd like to email the practitioners a prayer request, you can do so by emailing prayer@creativelivingfellowship.com. And the practitioners pray over the prayer request for 30 days. So you feel free to email your prayer requests into the practitioners. Or you can call a practitioner. We have on-call practitioners who are available 24/7. They are listed in the comments and on our website. You can call them with your prayer request for something that you'd like to have prayer for, or just to tell them about your things that you're grateful for, prayers that have been answered, however it is you want to share with the practitioner. The important thing is to know that practitioners are available. They are ready and willing to work with you and to pray for you, so you don't have to walk around with a heavy heart. And it's really great to start this new year off with prayer with a practitioner. So take advantage of that service that they have. And speaking of services, on Monday evening, there is the Monday practice with Reverend Jorge, which is a wonderful, wonderful time for spiritual practice. Monday practice was off last week because we had the week off all of last week, but it starts back tomorrow night at 6:30 with Reverend Jorge from 6:30 to 7. So you don't want to miss that because it's a wonderful opportunity to really engage in spiritual practice, continuing to get engaged in spiritual practice with Reverend Jorge. And there's a different practice that he gives each week that's really, really quite wonderful. So you can join him on Zoom or Facebook or YouTube, not on Zoom, on Facebook or YouTube. You can join Reverend Jorge. Don't go to Zoom because he won't be there, but it's wonderful to do that. Tuesday evenings, don't forget that we have Tuesday connection meeting, and we'll be doing that this Tuesday night. We'll be starting the year, the top of the year off with Life's Purpose Visioning. What a way to start the year with Life's Purpose Visioning at 6:30 to 7:45. I will be facilitating that. We've been doing that since the first week we were out. We were closed, and we've been doing that now for almost 3 years. So it's been quite wonderful to, not 3 years, 2 years. It's been quite wonderful to continue to have the connection meeting. So I invite you to join us on Tuesday evenings. Don't forget that the Vision Board Workshop with Reverend Mary Jane Hyde is Saturday at 11 o'clock. This is her annual Vision Board work. Website about that event also. The treatment for supply, the treatment for supply, that is our community prayer. I invite you to continue to use it. It works, but you got to work it, and it works. So I invite you to continue to use it twice a day. It's really, really great, the treatment for supply. Page 262 of the Science of Mind textbook. And then finally, don't forget to connect with each other. It's been a long, long time since we've seen each other. It's been a long, long time since we've been together. And thank God for Zoom. Thank God that we've all become zombies, because we get a chance to see each other, we get a chance to connect with each other, and we have all these other opportunities to connect. So I invite you to reach out, text message, emails, telephone calls, however, snail mail, however you connect, do so, just to let everyone know that I haven't forgotten you. I love you. I think of you. I miss you. And just know that we're going to see each other real soon, sooner than we think. So I just say to you now, I love you. I miss you. I can't wait to see you. Meanwhile, I'm so happy to see you on Sundays, and I'm glad that you joined us. Happy New Year again. What a wonderful opportunity we have to start anew right here and right now. So let's start right now by saying Happy New Year to each other, sending much love to all of you, many blessings to all of you. And now here's our closing song. I release.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm